All right, so I just got in here. I was not exactly prepared to take this trade this morning. It just happened really fast. And I'm going to try to cover it and see what happens because usually I don't trade so much the opens. I like to see what happens after the markets open. But I'm going to record this and we'll see what happens either way because I thought this was an interesting scenario. This is the YM, the E-mini Dow in the market today. And right here we had this interesting point. Right here it's we have like a quad signal. This is when we got the triple algorithm here. We had the buy imbalance, stooges, and a pullback. Plus we had a X total control dot, the offers in control. So this is like a quad signal, right? So um, I'm gonna show what I saw in this analysis, but usually I do a little bit more preparation, but I just wanted to see what would happen with this trade here because it looked like an interesting setup, right? So we're still on 929, so officially the market's it's before the open slightly. So we'll see how this I'm actually very interested. This for me is kind of fun because, usually I go for more conservative trades, but you know, the analysis did look pretty good. So we're already over $1,000 in profits. Well, do or die. I'll just start talking about my analysis. Um, right. So the markets well, they just opened 9:30. All right. So there it is. And are we going to fly away or not? Well, it looks pretty good. We got all this X pace here. Got a lot of buying. All right, I'm going to start marking up the charts and we'll see what happens. Um, so here we are still pre-market, but I saw that initial, you know, the buying was starting to happen. We also had, the cumulative delta show buying. And let me start. I'm a little distracted to be honest, but I'll start marking up the charts. All right, so we have the initial buying. Initial buying. And that will be that green color. All right, so let's get the cumulative buying. Just looks like we might even hit it right now. There it is. Ha! $5,000 in profits right on the right on the dot, right on the penny. That was really fast. Okay. Oh boy. Looks like this day may be opportunity to go up. We've been in this downtrend here, and look how quickly we shot up here. I would be possibly interested to get in again, but since I'm recording, I'll do this analysis. Maybe I'll trade a bit later, I guess. Let me finish the analysis though. This was just everything happened so quickly. All right, so at the time of the trade, yeah, these looked higher. So, at the time of the trade, let me pull the analysis here. At the time of the trade, this is what I saw. All right, so we had the cumulative buying. All right, let's get the colors correctly. We had the offers outpacing the bids. Offers outpacing bids. All right, we had this contraction of the selling right here. Contraction and selling. All right. want to talk about this, quad sort of situation here. Right here, it says triple algorithm plus total control. Got like a quad algorithm. I haven't really used that term before, but might as well. So this is a quad by. It's the triple algo plus total control. Right here, right? And after it came and we dipped down here, we got renewed buying right here, renewed MBox buying, right? We had the and in the webinar I talked about this. The way I look at it is, if it's a larger number and a higher high, is demand, right? So these three numbers, they are higher highs and larger numbers. So, to me, that's demand. Demand, demand, and demand. Okay, and with the demand, the buying is expanding. Okay, so that's what the takeaway here is. As we're seeing this demand, look at the buying. See, demand, buying is expanding. Demand, buying is expanding. Okay. Yeah, the 162 is less than 193, but it's more than 41, and we see a buying expansion. So it's the overall picture. It's expanding. That's what I'm seeing. However, on the other side, right, say the supply side, right, we saw, say, 268, that's supply. This is a price order flow imbalance, right? Lower, low, less supply. The 56 also is an imbalance. Then we see here, which could be supply, right? So why do I say could be supply? Because in the midst of all this buying, we see some supply here, but what's going on with the selling? So this is what I saw, and this is kind of having to look in the details. But if you look at these three boxes of selling, 1, 2, 3, right? It's about the same. So this one's slightly greater. But what's happening in the supply actually? Okay, so the 103 minus 103, this is how much selling we got. Minus 264 is how much selling we've got. Minus 77 is how much selling we've got. So it's about the same amount of selling, doesn't matter how much supply is coming in, right? So relatively, if you look at the minus 264, it generated roughly about the same selling as the minus 77 did, right? So here, all the supply failed to attract attention. That's a divergence, right? So that's a nuance, but all the selling here failed to bring in, all the supply, all the supply here, minus 264, failed to bring in, relatively more selling compared to how much selling we have here and the supply here, right? So we have a divergence. It's a supply selling divergence. If something doesn't make sense, you can email me. And so what do we get here? We get a huge contraction of supply here, minus 77 from the 264, and similar amount of selling. So at this point, this is oversold. Oversold. See, and this is the thing, is that normally, like I said, I like to trade after the market's open. I have on occasion done trades like this, but it's because of this situation. Not only did I see the demand and the buying, but I saw that there was a divergence in the supply and selling, and I saw this as oversold. Okay, so that when this quad buy signal came, the triple algo and total control, I decided, okay, what's it going to cost me? how much is the risk, right? And I get asked, risk relative to reward. So let me put it here. So that's the stop. Entrance was around, I should get the order fills here. Okay, that's the order fill. That's the where I got in. So I'll put the stop, entrance, and I put take profit. It was right here. So it was about here. If I can visually see it, let's just draw a ray. Yeah, I hit it. All right. So, what do we got here? We got 3.48 risk to reward. So, I thought, okay, well, it's a pre-market trade, but what am I risking compared to what am I going to get as a reward? I saw visually that it was going to be a 3 or a little greater than 3 risk reward, so I thought, okay, I'll take it. It was a 29 tick stop and made 101 ticks in profit. So, for me, I was okay with that. It's all about the risk management. If you manage the risk properly, it's fine to take those kinds of trades. All right. So, points of confluence, I like to talk about that. Got a quad buy, that's 4 points. We got total control here, 1. The triple algo, that's 3 points, 4 points. Not only that, but we saw another total control dot right here, right? And another total control, so it's twice occurrence. I would say that's another point. That's 5 points, right? We saw this was my initial demand, 6 points. Renewed demand, 7 points. Initial buying, 8 points. Renewed buying, 9 points. Supply selling divergence, 10 points. Oversold here, 11 points. Cumulative buying, 12 points. Contraction selling, 13 points. Offers outpacing the bids, 14 points. That's a pretty good amount of confluence here, and that's at the time of the trade, right? So we had about 14 points of confluence. We also seen this supply came in, lower low, less supply. It's a price order flow imbalance right here. I'll write that on the chart because it's important to notice this. This guy right here. Okay. I'm very pleased. I'm more excited about the analysis here than even the profit. For me, 5,000 is my goal per day, which is good, But it looks like, look the markets, and I'll show why I did this take profit. Looks like we're getting some, horizontal movement here. Right, and the scale of see how much volume came in at the open. That's why I had to scroll back, to see it at the time of the trade. If we zoom out here, why did I choose this as the profit line? Should extend that. See, look at right here. It was support right here multiple times. It was resistance here, and then it was resistance here. So the take profit line is just because there was, it was support, became resistance, and it came back to that area. And that's why I used it for that line. And then I stopped just under the swing. Another thing here, we had, when we're coming down, we had total control here of the bids here, right? But we didn't get the expansion of supply, right? Contraction of supply, and we did not get expansion of the selling. Relative to the supply, this was oversold, right? And we had a contraction in the cumulative delta. So when you're looking at these dots, they can also, look at them in terms of divergences, right? So that's important. Anyway, that's it for me today. I mean, I'm just kind of gleeful of my find here this morning, and happy I was able to record it even though I was in a rush. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you next time.